All right, guys, here we are to talk about the Twilight Zone, episode 16, as it appears on Netflix.
Yeah, of the first season.
Here we are. I think this episode was called "Death the Hitchhiker" or "Death's something or other."
It better not. No, it was called like The Hitchhiker or something like
Is
that.
it?
I think
Because this one I remember
if
completely.
you called it "Death is a Hitchhiker" and he's following you across the country because you're
guess.
dead, that would be like a horrible title. Although a brilliant misdirect that turned out not to be true.
Maybe, maybe not.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
So I actually paused to do something and came back and I saw the title. I thought it was
Okay.
just called. I thought it was called The Hitcher, but that's not right. So
I
I'm
know
good to
it very well might be. I just remember like talking about this episode and calling it "Death the Hitchhiker" like
Well, that's
back in the day.
That's what I would call it.
And
I would call it. It's a cookbook because they're gonna eat you. It's not served man like you think it is. It's actually
Yeah.
served man. That's what you would say instead of just.
But this episode, like, it kind of telegraphs itself.
Yeah.
Like, almost, like, with words. Because the guy's like, wow, that should be calling you a hearse, not a bobus. Like,
I know.
You, like, after, like, a minute of watching it, you're probably like, I think she
Oh.
might actually be dead.
I let it take me on like a journey, and I really enjoyed it by the end.
I'm
saying thumbs up. Thank you. Good night.
Well, I like this episode.
Oh.
I don't think this is a bad episode. I like that Death is this unassuming character. You're like, I wouldn't think that's Death. But I also like that people see her. She continues on,
Yes.
and I wonder, like, how did that work? And if it weren't for like, the very last shot, spoilers, we've already seen it, is where Death is in the car with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, will she just be able to wander the countryside forever? Because she totally could have fucked that guy. Like, he was like into her. She's dead.
And he would
Weird.
be like, I fucked a ghost. 'Cause
That guy
I'm sure
is
these
the weirdest
people
part
are
of the
gonna,
episode.
are gonna
though.
have stories of it. Could he be dead?
Just think about that guy. So, but they get gas from a guy. Like,
Could he be dead?
maybe they're all dead. It's very strange, though.
Are we dead?
In the middle of nowhere, that
Yeah.
guy is like, this is too weird. I'm getting out of here. He could have just drove, because that was like an option.
Yes.
And then there'd be no danger, and he wouldn't be in the middle of nowhere. It also made me think, I'm like, how did the Navy work back in the day? They would let you out for how many days? He's hitchhiking across the country?
That's why I thought he might be dead.
Maybe.
Because his whole where he was and then where he went don't make sense. So I thought you might be dead.
Maybe. I didn't think that off the bat.
I don't know if he's dead.
Because, like, why would he be afraid to get in that car? Like, what is the thing?
Well,
Why wouldn't he also see death?
He may not know he's dead.
Maybe. Well, she didn't know she's dead. Yeah,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
guess it's
So
possible.
I fucking love the thing of where you don't know you're dead or this or that or whatever. I love this idea, this weird thing of something happening and then things don't quite make sense and you're like, what's going on?
But would that mean the mechanic was dead? Like, in your theory, is everybody in the episode dead?
Yeah, the car's dead. The cigarettes are dead. Everything's no, just him.
I think that she can interact with people.
No, she can definitely
Yeah,
interact
and
with
just
people.
She is dead.
Because the fucking the guy who owns the gas station who closed up and was being a dick. Like, what the fuck? She's stranded. God, this is old
Yeah,
school
I
America.
do think that's funny. Like, I would have thought a better way to play that out would be like him go to help her, but then the wife comes to the window and she's like, "No, Clancy, it's fucking 11 o'clock. You're getting back to bed. You can wait outside," like something like that. Because a random dude in the middle of nowhere, like you'd think, like again, like they even pointed out
And he
in the
was
episode,
just like,
this
yeah.
woman has like movie star looks.
Yeah.
It'd be very weird to be like, "Nah, get out of here, kid." She's like upset. She says there's someone there. That would be your perfect. Oh, come in. Like.
And like like what's his angle? I'm not walking 50 feet and letting you pay me for something. I'm already up.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I was like, what? You're screaming at her through like a window. This is
And
ridiculous.
eventually he does. So.
Well, when the man shows up and says, "Hey, mister, you got a customer out here," which I thought
I feel like I would always
very
help these, like a
sexist.
person,
Of
regardless of
course.
their gender, and not even because I'm a good person want to help them, because I'm like, they know where I live. This
No,
is my business. They
you-
could steal it. They could fuck my life
no,
up.
because you want them to get the fuck out of there too,
Yeah.
right? Oh, she says she's stranded. That's kind of weird. I don't like this. So let's give her the gas and fucking go, right? Fuck.
And you're selling her a can. That's
Yeah,
That's my.
and just be like, and like you should be like, let me go help you, man. But you're just like, no, fuck off. Here you go. You bought the gas. Salute. Go.
Yeah, and like it's a pretty simple, straightforward episode.
Yeah.
Woman gets into a near car crash. Turns out it was actually a car crash. Is driving. Is constantly seeing this hitchhiker. Blows past him. Sees him a few miles on the road. Blows past him. Sees him again. Eventually, she starts getting crazy because she's like, "How is this happening?" Blah blah blah. She tries to rationalize it, thinking, "Well, I guess if he's hitchhiking with people that are driving faster than me, it makes sense that he could be beyond me." But and then no one else sees her, sees this guy, which is interesting. Then you kind of realize, all right, she tries to hit the guy. That doesn't work. eventually kind of come to the conclusion.
Horrible
shit's
driver.
fucked. Oh, yeah.
No, she eventually, and I love her, like, Unraveling. I thought she was really good. There's some voiceover stuff, and she
I love her
does
car.
faces and stuff. I really do love the car, too. It's funny you should say that, because I like, it's like a boat.
Sure.
Is that a good thing? I don't know.
Nowadays, you can't have the scene where a person just, like, springs up from the backseat because there's not enough fucking room.
No, I
Back
know.
in the day, you could, like,
never
there's
really be in
5
the
people
backseat.
back there just hiding.
There's a swimming pool back there. The snorkel pops up first. Oh, my God. No, I love her like unraveling and going crazier without it being like super over the top and shitty and weird.
No, it's good.
Because like she kind of loses her shit in like the diner really early, and then it's like, okay, I found my shit again. Let's go back. Let's drive. As the plan was to drive or whatever. I love this idea of like the modern version of like wandering the earth as like a wayward spirit is like or a road trip on like the turnpike or the highway or whatever.
But especially
I like
then, that
analogy
trip
and stuff.
sucks.
Yeah, it's this awesome like thing
Jesus.
though. Instead of like it's
How
like
dangerous,
an update.
honestly, like you're not even just because you're a lady. One person driving across these things, you could just at any time like, oh, I ran out of gas or my fucking thing broke. We're not the same amount of gas stations or help or anything.
Especially when she was talking about going right in that like Nevada area, right?
Yeah, the
you could just
fucking desert where you literally die.
No, you could just break down and die, right?
I'm sure it happens at least once a year.
Walter White. Oh no, Tidy Whities, you're dead.
Yeah.
I like this episode a lot. I like
I know.
anything where I don't know what's happening and then it turns out. I would have liked it like and they've made movies. If you flesh this out into like a whole gigantic movie with stuff in it or like whatever, you can play off the fact that like things are the way she would have imagined them to be and not the way they actually are or something like that. Drop like hints and weird symbolism of shit. Because she's really she's really like in the ambulance, or she's getting CPR, she's at the hospital, or she's this, she's in a coma. Like you could do all these different parallels and have her journey change and all that stuff.
Any parts of this episode we have not mentioned that you want to talk about? Because just because of the nature of this episode, it's very much a straightforward. You can plow through talking about it in 1 second because it's mostly the same kind of shot over and over again. She drives, sees the guy, drives, sees the guy, drives, sees the guy.
I thought that the hilarious close-ups of death, there's a few of them, where like the camera pans like everything is normal, and then it turns out that actor's like right next to the cameraman and goes like and like shows up like right in the like, oh God, fuck, like.
Back then, that would be terrifying.
I don't know what that would have been, but that was crazy to me.
Terrifying.
I love 2970 for like a tire, a tow, like a drink, a gas, and something like an entire a new horse, a room for the night, a whore. Like it's just a fucking $30. Like I love the old money things.
I love and they sicken me because I want to be there, but I understand that it still costs the same. It's just smaller amount.
But it's so interesting and crazy and fun to be like, here is a coin of indeterminate value, and just do everything for me. I like Troluga 41098.
What is that?
When she calls her mother, she has to tell the operator.
Oh yes.
It's like, but Troluga can't be right. My handwriting, must just be bad. But that's when it used to be like, I'm Lexington 1472 or something like that.
Yeah.
But there weren't numbers the way they are today. It's that quaint
there were
old
switchboard
fucking
operators. It's insanity and it's amazing.
Yeah. I love these little slices of the old fucking things in these things.
I like it when they're under
business.
under 10,000 phone numbers and you can just be like, I'm this number.
I'm 2. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
You were on the top 10. Fucking no, it's good. Like I said, like I like movies like this. If I had done research, I would have gotten like a list of them for you. But I refuse to do show prep, so I have nothing.
No, this is a good episode. Twilight Zone, one of the classics. I remember this one.
Oh, I didn't remember it at all.
Verbatim.
By the way, so like all this shit of me having ever watched this show before is apparently not true, or out the window, or I destroyed my brain at some point because I had zero memories of this episode.
Maybe you're dead.
Could I have been dead the whole time?
It's possible. All right, guys, that's the Twilight Zone. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't die in a fire. We'll see you next time.